12, 15 inches from Maine into New Hampshire. And then here, look at Cleveland. We're literally just missing it. You go from Cleveland to Russell, which is not far, and you're going 5 inches more. Erie to Stockton. It's a 7-inch difference. And then, of course, you get a little elevation with the tug, and that's when everything goes gangbustas. So that snow is still coming in, but it is originating, if you look all the way back, into the upper lakes. Now, Marquette, 5.6 inches of snow yesterday, the snowiest city in the lower 48, and we're only about 9 inches above average. It just hasn't been super snowy. But watch from Superior as we see the snow crossing over into Huron. Also, as we continue to follow this and it goes over Ontario, multi-lakes, and this one band. By the way, look at the wind stretching on basically the spine of the lake. That's giving us that shot right into that elevation, and that's over 700 miles, that lake band here over multiple lakes. That is why we're getting 28.5 inches. Things are really cranking, and they've been cranking here into Adams. But notice just to the north, Watertown, that's where Jim just showed you that video from there. Look where Chris is in Adams. Let's go check in with him, because you're not a far drive here from Watertown, Chris. And the difference in snow from where you are versus that, but you were just in that band. And then if you go even a little farther north, you're in the sunshine. Be shifting around as we head throughout the day, Chris. We look forward to checking back with you. But first, the 2020 Summer Olympics are not that far away. The race to make the team is already heating up this winter.
Yeah. Do you look at the typical climate and then look at the long-term forecast when it comes to planning for races like this?
Yeah, definitely, especially at peak.
From Pennsylvania, you're used to running in cold weather. What is the ideal conditions, though, for a marathoner? You know, model for running weather. Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Because how do you choose different places that you're going to train in based on the conditions? What about Japan? How would you train for weather there?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Oh, training in the rain. Everyone has to do it from time to time. Best of luck. We'll be rooting
this
for
weekend.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, of course, continue back out to the snow.
And going to the south.
So the next storm system that comes in actually is going to scoot through Southern California. And look, they need rain too. But the problem is with the next system that comes in, it's another southern branch system. It brings more rain to this area, the southeast, which does not need another drop. We've had more than 1.5 feet or 2 feet of rain, pretty widespread. Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. The next rainfall event comes in, and the European model has it. Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina in the upstate and western part of the states. Tennessee gets into it. The GFS model has the footprint of the heaviest of rain a little farther north, which would be more beneficial for us in the south. Here, we don't really need that much rainfall. However, look, the system itself hasn't even come in yet, so we know that there's some uncertainty in exactly where the placement of heaviest of rain will be. One thing that we're pretty certain about is it's going to be a very active week, starting late Sunday into Monday, and then Tuesday, thunderstorms are going to be possible. We have the risk of severe weather. We're going to see some energy at the upper levels along with a new surface low developing, and that's going to give us that risk of storms from East Texas through Louisiana into Mississippi into southern Arkansas. And at this point, really all modes of severe weather are possible. So we'll fine tune exactly what your risks are when we get closer into Tuesday. Wednesday's forecast, more rain, possible thunderstorms. Could there be severe? Still too soon, I think, to say, but it's a possibility at this point when you just think of the season that we're in, the fact that we have an active jet stream over the area. One of the biggest concerns, though, will be all of this rain, regardless of exactly where it falls. You know, it all drains right through these river basins. So we've got several gauges here, more than, more than 5 or 6 actually right now that are up at major flooding. And we're expecting more to go into potentially flood stage as we see the new rainfall come into the picture. Quick look at your forecast. Atlanta, Tuesday, stormy Wednesday, back to Thursday. It rains.
At least it's warm.
On days that end in Y.
At least it's in the